Oscar, love to see the 80 cards over there when you're playing the food deck. I am currently 14-0 against food. We're also, you know, having kind of a rough morning, so maybe this is like maybe this is when our run comes to an end, but I am happy to see the 80 cards. That being said, this is a turn 3 win on the play. So I think I'm supposed to keep... I mean, it's always awkward because if they have, you know... Even if they tap out for, like, Wrenn and 6 on turn 2, if they have Solitude, we get got, but... Going turn 1 Cookbook into turn 3, get a Cookbook off Saga, play Manufactor, play Time Sieve, take infinite turns, is, you know, turn 3 win on the play. Against 4 color, not against food. Yeah, sorry, with food, against 4 color, I'm 14-0. So hopefully we can get that up to 15-0, but I feel like I also feel like I'm due to lose, so we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get March of Otherworldly Lighted here. Or Prismatic Ending. Okay, Ending. So this is going to stop me from winning on turn 3. Maybe we can win on a turn after that. Coop, again, thank you for the 13 months. I am playing the Pioneer play-in. I'm currently planning on playing Delver. I kind of wish I had like tested some more of the Simic Fight Club deck. We'll be able to cast Civ off Saga, will you? Yeah, you don't. In this spot, you don't cast the Civ off the Saga. You cast it off the treasure tokens that Manufactor would make. Although here, you know, that's not going to be the plan anymore. Now they got Prismatic Ending. All right, drawing a lot of lands. I think I will fetch to thin. I think I will play the Manufactor. Wait, what's happening? Am I getting marched? Am I getting... Am I getting a Shadow of Doubted? What's the... I haven't posted the Simic Pioneer deck. I haven't streamed it yet, but it's a Simic Flash deck. I don't know if it's good, but I've been working on it. Okay, so no Solitude is nice. Getting some game objects in play is nice. Pretty unlikely that I get to untap with the Manufactor, but it is nice to have this many game objects with a Cookbook in play and a Time Sieve in hand. So if I can just draw a Daredevil at some point, we can start to... Oh boy. Okay, well I guess maybe they have like Fury though. But if I could draw a Daredevil, we could start to take a few turns. Hopefully. No Fury? No way. They just stuck this can't kill the Manufactor? Surely they wouldn't terrorize me by attacking with the Ice Fang, then casting Fury. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, I should have cast this first, because I could have found, Daredevil. What in the world? They just didn't have it. This feels good, because we played against a lot of 80-card decks lately that have had it. That have had it. This is infinite? I believe it's infinite with the Emry, yeah, because we can sack the cookbook. Okay, the second cookbook is like easy for sure, infinite. I believe. Yeah, but if we sack the clue here, discard what we draw. Oh, maybe I messed it up. I mean, I can still take a turn here. Yeah, I guess I'll just hold on. Let me attack with the Manufactor. Cast Cookbook from Yard. Yeah, but like, what else am I sacking though? Could have discarded Cookbook, cast from Emry. Yeah, so that was the better line. Yeah, that was the better line. I think here I have to do this. Not feel super good about it. And then next turn I can go. Oh my god! Well, I wasn't. They weren't dead. I don't think they were dead there. Okay. I usually like to cut the Aether Spellbomb, Nihil Spellbomb, Shadowspear this matchup, and then I kind of waffle between like 3 Bone Shards, no Thoughtseize, 2 Bone Shards, 1 Thoughtseize, 2 Thoughtseize, 1 Bone Shards. But usually some number of these. I think on the draw I'll just play all the Bone Shards, especially against the Risen Reversion. Yeah, definitely feeling a little rusty with the deck. You're usually supposed to have Daredevil in hand. Well, having Daredevil in hand makes it easy. But you can combo off without the Daredevil, but just having the Daredevil just makes things always makes things easier. They use waffo as a verb. I'm like, my brain is really like fried and frazzled, and I think I've been misspeaking a lot today. I don't think I used waffo as a verb though. I think I maybe said waffled. Do I need a nap? Yeah, I guess, dude. I'm just, I'm just having an off day. This is the tough part about streaming, right? Is it's like hard to take days off and it's hard to have off days, but it is what it is. Holding the Bauble here so I can connive with Shredder next turn, of course. Kind of hoping to find an Unearth or a Daredevil. Ooh. Yeah, I'll be taking a nap in the stream. I had kind of a late night last night too, and then Athena woke me up like an hour before my alarm clock to go outside, and then the stream crashed for 30 minutes. Just off day. All right, we will take the 3-for-1 off the Shredder, huh? Sounds like a short stream day. Maybe. I've got a Pioneer play-in tournament. I also did a short stream yesterday, too. We'll see, we'll see. I may be taking Thursday off, so that I can grind the limited token, and maybe work on some articles, work on some other stuff, but we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. All I really want is to increase my win record against 4-color Omnath with food to 15-0. I played food in one of the play-ins and I beat Omnath recently, but besides that, I haven't been playing food very much. What was my spoiler card? I got Glimpse the Unthinkable and Thrumming Stone. Apparently, Thrumming Stone is like very expensive, very hype reprint. I had no idea that card was like in any way like sought after. Okay. I probably just want to make a Saga token this turn. Yeah, I think we'll just make a Saga token. Forward to play on this deck, but on paper. Yeah, I love this deck too. It's really exciting. I still haven't sleeved up in paper. I've got some of the like Atlanta qualifiers coming up. I need to start figuring out what I'm playing at those, but I think it's probably going to be this or Rakdos if I had to choose right now. I could maybe kill next turn. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Hold on. Yeah, I also have like a lot of family that lives in Atlanta too, so it'd be pretty cool to get to hang out with them. Although I think they live pretty far away from downtown, so they offered me to stay with them for the regional championship. I think it's just like an hour from the convention center, like 45 minutes. Okay, so I'm definitely getting a cookbook. I think I'm never making another token here. And then I think I'm supposed to go second Saga, play Manufactor, discard Daredevil. My opponent's F6'd. I think I'm 1 mana short because I can go Asmo, cookbook, token. I'm just 1 mana short of time sieving them this turn, but I don't think that matters. I go just time sieve them next turn. And then is playing Emry playing too much into a verdict? I don't think so. Because if their turn next turn is verdict, I win. So that's probably not playing too much into it. So I don't think for the 7 months, appreciate you. Lucky 7 for that Pioneer play-in. Hell yeah, thank you, dude. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good here. You might have been able to go off the turn by discard Manufacturer using Unearth. Well, if we discard Manufacturer to the cookbook to unearth it, then we don't get the triple token off the first cookbook tap, but we maybe get it off this. And yeah, maybe that would be enough mana. But I also think like trying to like not play into Solitude does make some sense, right? Yeah, that's true. Risen Reef doesn't usually play Verdict. Good point. But again, like even if they do like somehow have a Verdict, which sometimes it's not out of the question for them to have it, we just win if their turn is Supreme Verdict and nothing else. Yeah, that's true. Also, that line also played really poorly into Endurance. Okay, so just start off by trying to Manufactor trigger twice. It's awesome, Philip. Yeah, I feel like Endurance, obviously sometimes you get to snipe the Daredevil, but it's just like, even if they do snipe the Daredevil, it's usually not that big a deal, and like in spots like this, we just get to keep our Daredevil by discarding something else. Probably the Bone Shards, maybe the Unearth, although it doesn't really matter. Oh, dude, Fracturing Gust would have been crazy. Although we probably even beat Fracturing Gust, if that's all they have. Could have also activated Saga to get the Daredevil back. Probably just see a concession here. Draw cards are Force of Negation, blue card we play on. Okay, I am now 15-0 against 4-color Omnath with Esper Food. I definitely run hot in the matchup a lot. Keep this. But yeah, I mean, I do think that this deck is like very, very well positioned in the metagame, which I think makes it like an excellent tier 2 deck choice, where it's like one of the very few decks in the format that's like amazing against Omnath, while also being like alright against Murktide, maybe slightly favored or even. And then I also think this deck is good against Hammer Time with the White Splash. Without the White Splash, I don't think it's that good. But with the White Splash, I think it's pretty good. And then I think the Living End matchup's really interesting. Like you've got main deck Graveyard Hate, and you can fill your own graveyard with permanents too. But I feel like a really experienced Living End player, the matchup is kind of scary. Yeah, I saw this list. It looked pretty interesting. I typically like hate Narset Days and doing in Modern, but you did 5-0 with it, which is sick. I like the full 8 3-mana Planeswalkers too. I would maybe play a third Chalice. I don't know, over like the second Wandering Emperor. I'm not sure. Breeding Pool Serum Visions. What is Breeding Pool Serum Visions? Is it Neobrand? Has issue with combo decks? I would say so too, but of course, like, you know, you are also a combo deck. Okay, looks like Neobrand probably. Yeah, Neobrand's probably not that good of a matchup. Although yesterday we had our Neobrand opponent brick a little bit. Deck's been like surprisingly popular lately. I will say Neobrand also is probably really, really good against 4-color. Yogg is tough. Yeah, I think if you main deck Needle, the Yawgmoth matchup is like good, and if you sideboard it, the Yawgmoth matchup's bad. It's kind of interesting. They just Solitude it. I mean, they're an 80 card deck. They don't always have Solitude white card, and even if they do, like the Neobrand deck can beat Solitude. Neobrand very weak against Living End. I believe that, yeah. I believe that. Man, I thought this deck... I thought that Esper Food's fastest kill was turn... turn 3. We just won on turn 2. Okay, I'm gonna cut the Nihil Spellbomb and the Shadowspear. And probably the Shredders. And bring into Fairy Thoughtseize. I built this maybe got paired against Adnaz. I set into Fairy and Thoughtseize had poor draws. Would that be my sideboard? I think so. Yeah, I think that's how I would have sideboarded as well. Like you could consider Prismatic Ending for the Phyrexian Unlife / Pinhead Prism, but it's probably not worth it. What are the reasons Neobrand isn't broken? Well, it does lack some consistency. There's a lot of premium interaction in the format that it is weak to. And like you saw there, even when they have their combo, like, they just die like you know, 5 to 10% of the time. I'm not sure. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more. Maybe in that range. Was it first time ever fizzling? Lucky me. Why did they scoop? They still had Gristlebrand. They had cast a Summoner's Pact to find their Allosaurus Raiders. They actually cast 2. And so they were going to die on their upkeep next turn. Yeah, the best card against Neobrand is Summoner's Pact. Okay, so you've got a turn 1 Needle for Gristlebrand. Hopefully they don't have a turn 1 kill, but I'm going to keep. No, this is not MTG Arena, Bob. This is Magic Online. So as opposed to Arena, you get to play some older formats that I personally really like Arena, or sorry, like Modern, Pioneer, Legacy, some different like limited cube draft type formats too. And it may be not as pretty as Magic Arena, but it sure does get the job done. I'll tell you that. But if you don't reveal Giganta post board to see if opponent players on some crazy stuff. Well, I will say that's a neat idea. I will say that in general, your bluffs do kind of have to make sense though, right? If you're gonna bluff that you have crazy stuff post board, it like you have to like the crazy stuff has to be something like more specific. So I'm not sure like what we would be representing by not revealing Giganta, but. There's probably something. We could think about it. Second cookbook is decent. Now if we can draw another colored mana source, then we'll start taking some turns with Time Sieve. Force of Negation. Yeah, that's a good one. Although it doesn't make almost any sense for us to be playing Force. But I guess, yeah. I feel like I wouldn't buy it, but yeah. I mean, maybe I do have a density of blue cards. I'm not sure. Narset, maybe. I don't know how you. Yeah. Ashiok. I think that would make a lot of sense. Dude, I've been itching to Shadow of Doubt somebody. I don't even think it's necessarily great at the moment, but I just itching to do it. I think it'll be so good here. Okay, I'm gonna cycle and unearth. Throw 2 in here. I don't know what that means. The Dissenter's Deliverance or something. Okay. Obviously, that's kind of interesting because now I can Time Sieve them next turn. But am I just dead on the untap? How's Living It match up with this deck? It's really weird. Oh, 2 Shadow deck in this deck, and this like super synergy based deck. You want to play Shadow down? Probably be worth it. All right, can they fizzle twice? They are. I think that typically Neo Brand is more likely to fizzle in sideboard games because they bring in, you know, more sideboard cards that are give them a higher density of bricks. But they're obviously like super likely to kill me here. Yeah, that's true. The orb also gives them a whole other activation. I will say Shadow Doubt looking pretty good this match, huh? Do you have a link to that blue-white Kahira control list? I'm not sure what you're talking about exactly, Opposer. Maybe you saw one like pop up on my decks here, but I haven't really been working on like blue-white X control a long time. Whatever list you saw is going to be like a few months out of date, and I would recommend looking at like Guillaume Wafotapa's stream, Harry MTG, for, you know, more updated lists. I don't know. I don't think the Sieve's been. I saw it pop up from Twitter this stream. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. If like my Twitter popped up and like just like somebody's Kahira list was shown for a second, I just don't know which one you're talking about. So you have 3 cards in their library. If they're all the win conditions, we win. Probably too lucky for them to fizzle twice in a row. Whoa, they're endurancing themselves because they're actually bricked? No way. They've actually bricked, but I mean, this like... I mean, this is unbricks them, I think. I want to see them play it out. That's awesome, though. Wait, this is the new finish? Wait, what's the new finish? Wait, oh, is this the Gravestorm version? So they endurance themselves and they Gravestorm. So they're gonna Gravestorm for my library? Is that the Kieran deck that would be good enough to play on stream? I only played tested a couple matches of it last night, and I think the deck's alright, but I'm kind of unsure about some deck building choices. So I'm still trying to figure it out. Okay, so what they endurance themselves over and over again. Is that, and then they cast Gravestorm in theory to exile my entire library, or Bitter of Ordeal, which has Gravestorm. Okay. They have to do it for 47, though. Loot box and cast Mastermind's Execution for Lab Mana Jump. Right. Okay. I'll concede. Whoa! Okay, Neo Brand players, are you guys okay? Are you guys okay? Why do we need to... Why do we need to like just like pick random cards to win with over and over again? What's wrong with like the Throsta version? Like Throsta like at least is like a big creature to pitch to your Nourishing Shoal. Why is all of a sudden Aetherflux Reservoir the answer? Oh man, I would keep this probably if this was a blue source. Small again. Okay. Nihil Lantern to beat the Endurance Loop? I don't know, man. Feels kind of narrow, but maybe. Okay, so 1 lands. I think I just take the land. Maybe not. Yeah, I guess I have to take the Summer's Pact, actually, because they're just 1 mana source away from getting me. Okay, play this so I can get to my Needle quicker. Devoted Druid reprint, that's cool. This is definitely a pro-devoted druid stream. Double Master is looking pretty bad, to be honest. People keep saying this over and over again. I don't understand, like, how people start to say that a master set looks bad when we haven't seen the whole set. This happens every single time. Like half the cards are spoiled, and then the community just decides that it's bad. It's just Commander Masters? Yes, it is just Commander Masters, but I'm really surprised anybody expected anything besides Commander Masters. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you've noticed, Commander is by far the most popular format. But also, the set does have, like, Red and 6, Seasoned Pyromancer is gonna have more modern cards, I'm sure. I hope. But also, like, yeah, we also, I don't know. I'm not surprised, I guess. That's all I'm saying. Maybe I'm just gonna float a mana here. Yeah, but it just always, this happens every single master set, every single reprint set, I feel, that people just decide that the set is bad, but it's really weird that they do, because they decide it before we've seen the whole set. Like, it's, you know, we have plenty of cards still being spoiled, and, you know, you can decide that it's trash then. Or you decide now. I guess I don't really care, but I just don't get it. Yeah, Pete, that is super true. That people have called both Modern Horizons set Commander Horizons. That is absolutely true. Yeah, they're also like, you know, fun to draft for sure. How many of these team of cards are expensive modern preprints? I mean, not very many, but who, like, I don't really care that they're not expensive modern reprints. I don't know, like, for me, that is not, like, the qualification for a good set or bad set. Because I don't expect every reprint set to cater to, like, my specific format of choice. Half isn't spoiled is disingenuous. Quasi shows us the most hype cards first half. Maybe, I don't know. At the very least, I just kind of like to generally wait till I've got more information to form opinions on things, I guess. Okay, so no combo still is nice. Second cookbook is nice too. Supposedly, Sido Masters isn't modern reprints, so IDK why people are upset. It was never a modern previous set, but yeah, for sure. I don't know. I think that Magic players, you know, I say this with peace and love if there are any Magic players in the chat, but it a lot of times just feels like the default mode is complaining. Oh my gosh, what a rip. When, like, I'm not surprised at all that this set is, like, not modern focused, and I'm not surprised at all that this set is, like, you know, I also haven't formed an opinion of it because it's not completely spoiled yet. I do think that the criticism of having so many like Commander-focused reprints right after Commander Legends, I think that that's a good criticism, but I don't know. I just don't care enough. My spoiler, yeah, my spoilers were Glimpse the Unthinkable and Thrumming Stone. Alright, love to see another Yorion. We're currently 15-0 against Omnath, Yorion Omnath with this deck. We beat it earlier today. I'm hoping I can maintain that that record, but I feel like super due to lose to them. Also, like, I'm kind of shocked I haven't lost to them yet. I think I'm discarding Emry here. Borderless Needle. Oh my gosh. Look how creepy this hand is. Look how the butterfly is the Phyrexian symbol. This is awesome. That's a modern card, huh? Can we get a prediction for match? Maybe. Oh no, it's taxes. Oh no. Yeah, it must be an Inkmoth Nexus. That's awesome. Oh no. I think I'm like 0-2 against taxes with this deck. I try to stay in desk after recommendations and it pops. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. Is it Fiddlebender? Is it Fiddlebender? Oh man, I hope it's Fiddlebender. I think I'm discarding Emry, although Emry would be nice to try to find a Daredevil. An 80 versus 60 card blue white and Pioneer. Is Yorion worth it compared to the pros lack of consistency? So I was like a big proponent of 80 card blue white control for a while, but now that like I think the format is like so linear and so like combo based, I almost think you just have to play 60 cards because like you need to find your effective sideboard cards against mono green and Phoenix and like the Izzy decks in general. So I would probably play 60 card. It's really interesting to me, just like as a deck builder, to someone who likes to like think about deck building and formats, whatever. Cavern on Human is that like Yorion sees very little play in Pioneer, like especially when Yorion saw so much play in Standard, it still sees a lot of play in Modern. The fact that it sees very little, like little to no play in Modern is really interesting to me. It might have been better than Asmo since you're already getting cookbooks off Sagas. Yeah, but the Asmo activation was just so good in this matchup is what I was thinking. I really hope they're not main decking a Needle. I think I'm not going to play around it. Zeus, thank you for 14 months. Appreciate you. Like, obviously, Yorion sees some play, but it's just interesting to me that it sees such little play. I think I'm just gonna pass. Where I see that Needle, somebody in my chat linked it, which is where I get all my Magic news and all my hot takes and my stale takes and my good takes. Sook, thank you for the 2 months, appreciate ya. And Amels, thank you for the 7 months. Sorry for not even getting close to pronouncing your name correctly. Yeah, but oh, they just got Shadowspear. Yikes. I think my constructs may be a little bit bigger than theirs. Need a Daredevil pretty bad though. I guess I'll probably actually Asmo this. I am playing in the Pioneer. I'm already queued. I'm playing the Delver deck. Thank you for the heads up though. Why is Liliana Lasso considered weak in Pioneer? It's probably just because it's like weak in Pioneer. I don't know, man. Get the drum. Of a Solitude? I don't know, it's fine. Like the card is like not completely unplayable, but there's also like lots of other good 3-drops, like Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And like the reality is Pioneer is still like a very, very linear format too. Like most of like the best decks in the format are still, very, very linear decks. And, like, I think Liliana's usually a bit better in, like, the more grindy metagames. I guess I should just kill this construct, with everything. Kuzar with the 2 months, appreciate ya. I'm prepping for MTGO. What are my thoughts on Esper Greasewing? Greasewing is a good deck. Greasefang is a good deck. I will say that a lot of people are still like Ledger Shredder being printed into the format has a lot of people playing cards like Rending Volley and Fry, which are kind of rough for Greasefang. So one card I would recommend you play in the Greasefang deck is actually Silence. And like just Silence, like being able to just blank removal is like kind of it's so common for like the Izzet decks to just like hold up like a Rending Volley or a Fry the whole game against you, and then you just cast Silence and they can't win. You can type exclamation point deck tech. Things are a bit weird. I had a lot of technical issues this morning. I'm still like trying to troubleshoot, and I don't know. I'm not really sure like exactly what happened this morning still, but I had to switch over to OBS, and OBS like doesn't have like the alert box, so it's like a bit weird. But hopefully the mods in chat can help me keep track of channel points and deck techs. Although I think maybe they disable channel points for that reason. Uh-oh. Well, that's all my cookbooks. Thankfully, I have enough of a board that I can maybe just win anyways. But I've got no food tokens. I guess I have an Aether Spellbomb in the deck. Pioneer Tournament's in, I think, a little less than 30 minutes. What is my opponent playing? I'm so confused because they have oh, I guess I can Emry back these cookbooks now. Those are a good draw. But they're playing, I guess, just like mono white humans, but they're also playing Deputy of Detention, blue white taxes. Well, taxes Taxes doesn't play unclaimed territory. I think that they're like 80 card Yorion humans with like artifact synergies. Yeah, maybe Pyre. Pyre's a good guess. Is it time for Aether Vial now, since there's a down ticket endings being played? Yeah, I've actually been like messing around with some Aether Vial decks lately. I've been playing like this Jund Sacrifice deck with Vial that I've been doing kind of mediocrely with, and it's like my head thinks it's better than the Obnix Sack deck I was working on, but my record with Obnix Sack is like way better than way better than my record with this deck, so I don't know. And then I've been also like working on like a really, really spicy Celestia Aether Vial deck that's playing the Kieran Ugins Conjurant combo with Titania, Elvish Reclaimer, and Flagstones. That I've been playtesting some off stream. I've been liking it, but I'm not sure exactly how good or bad it is still. And I'm also like it's been really hard to deck build too. Like I'm not super happy with where the list is, so it's one of those things that like I'm just not gonna play it till I'm happy with the list, and is maybe gonna be one of those things where I just like never end up being happy with the list, which happens sometimes. I'd like to see more Coffers action. Yeah, Coffers is a deck I'm wanting to play more of too. Eternal Command, oh. Eternal Command is actually like a good deck in Modern. It just actually plays a fourth color now for Omnath and Rin and 6. And no, not Aether Vial, because Ephemerate better than Vial for Eternal Command. Okay, so let's bring in all the endings. I'm gonna cut the Nihil Spellbomb and probably 3 of the Time Sieve. Maybe just 2. You probably combo a decent amount of the time. Maybe I want to cut some Unearths. Can only play 1 Bone Shards, but more in on the endings so I can answer Needles. Needles and Sanctifier. I showed the deck yesterday. I mean, like, I'm just kind of still like I'm a little stuck on it, but okay. Deck tech. I can't see who Super. Yeah, Super. If you post a link in the chat, I'll take a look. I can pull it up though. So I've got a couple different versions. Like I've got this. I think the one with Vials I'm more interested in, but I've got like one without Vial too. Just like Vial also plays really well with Reclaimer, since you can use your mana on like Reclaimer, Urza Saga, and like hopefully Vial on your creatures. I think I might keep this on the draw. It's kind of close. Grix. Okay, I'll say this. In Pioneer, you have the choice of playing Kroxa as a card that uses the graveyard for card advantage, or Treasure Cruise. And Treasure Cruise is a little bit better than Kroxa, in my experience. I do like Maester's Charm as a graveyard filler. I think that is fine. But I don't know. Like, maybe you could play, like, 1 Kroxa, like, 3 Cruise or something like that. I guess also kind of looking at this list, like, you have a lot of cards to, like, dump in the graveyard for value. Like, you have Tainted Indulgence, Maester's Charm, Consider, Kaito, Ledger Shredder, and I guess Corpse Appraiser also fills the graveyard too. But the only cards that go well in the graveyard here is Kroxa. Like, I feel like you could probably afford to play, like, you could maybe even afford to play, like, 3 Crews, 2 Kroxa, or 4 Crews, 1 Kroxa, which I can't remember the last time I said, like, I don't know if I've ever thought that was, like, a viable thing before. But you're just like, this deck is so good at, like, dumping cards in the yard. And I like a lot of the card choices here. Oh, Fable too, yeah. Like, this is, like, I think you should probably just play a ton of graveyard cards. Okay, Sanctifier and Vex fine. So, as far as what to cut, maybe, I don't know, maybe the Corpse Appraisers need to be cut. Maybe you're light on threats there. You still have the Fables, the Kaitos. Maybe the Kaitos are what needs to be cut. You maybe cut the Kaitos, which is a lot better on your mana curve, because you get to cut some 3-drops, which I think needs to happen here. Ooh. So I can't Asmo anymore, but I could maybe I can't discard it on Unearth because of the Sanctifier. So yeah, my plan this turn was to go Cycle Unearth, cast Asmo. I think instead I'll just cast a Manufactor and then reevaluate. Yeah, but I think I would probably go 2 Crooks at 3 Crews. No Kaito. Maybe Sideboard Kaito, maybe not. I would play a 3rd Hearse in the sideboard deck. That's your best card against Izzet decks. Izzet decks are really popular. I like Kolaghan's Command against the Hearse deck, so you can maybe even play like a 3rd too, but maybe 2 is a good number. I would be playing Disdainful Stroke over over Negate and Noxious Grasp, I think. You can still play some number of Gusts. As much as I like really hate the Lotus Field deck, and I think that it is good to hedge against it, I would be dishonest for me to not admit that the Lotus Field combo deck is really unpopular at the moment. I haven't seen it in a long time, and it's probably actually fine to skimp on some hate cards for the Lotus Field combo deck. Taking a look at your mana, I think it looks solid. Although you do have 3 blue lands in your Kroxa deck. Yeah, I'd be kind of interested in maybe cutting the Hall for a Den of the Bugbear, although I know that's awkward with your, like, Consider Fatal Push Thoughtseize, but you probably have to make some concessions somewhere, right? Okay, so I think my plan here is going to be Otawara the Chalice, untap Cycle on Earth, play Asmo. Oh, maybe not enough, but I think it's, like, really my only line. So again, just like a lot of loose thoughts, but I think you've got a good draft here. I think you've got a lot of directions you can go. I think you've got a cool deck. Dark Lock with the 4 months. Thank you. Down to 1 life. Guy always messes up with Lotus Field. Yeah, it's probably not a good... If that's the case, then like keeping some sideboard cards is fine, but... Wait, they kept this on top? So they could Yorion? They kept the land on top. That's crazy. I may be dead though. Maybe we got some draws. Yeah, it's not a particularly good one with the Sanctifier being out there. So I can go Asmo, Cookbook, die. Game 3. Fast Hands Tam, take her the 14 months. Appreciate you. Maybe I want to be going down even further on Unearth. I only have 2 in the deck at the moment. I'll play another Bone Shards. Did I play Phoenix Shredder lately? Not in Modern, or I guess not in Pioneer either, but I do like both, like the Prowess version of Modern. I like the Pioneer version. You know, I'm kind of interested in doing some more circling back this week too. assuming that, so like I've been spending a lot of time like working on like very experimental decks off stream that just like have not like have not been safe to play on stream, and so I am that's part of the reason why we're playing just food today, is because I haven't cracked the code on this Celestia deck. I'm still working on like this Simic Flash Fight Club deck in Pioneer that that is either like gonna be good or like really good or really bad, I think. And just a lot. I got a lot of irons in the fire. A lot of fires in the iron. Be curious to see. Oh no, hold on. Modern Phoenix version with white instead of green. The modern Phoenix version with white instead of green. Well, I've played a lot of Jeskai Phoenix with Demilich and Faithful Mending. As far as like the prowess version, like the green is just a splash for Ancient Grudge, and I feel like I like splashing Ancient Grudge more than I like splashing Prismatic Ending or Wear Tear at the moment, because there's just not that many enchantments. Although a Sanctifier in Vec is a problem. But it's just very small change. If Omnath gets banned, do you think old banned Blinkless with the Eternal Witness Time Warp could be good again? Could be, but, you know, that's usually something that is, you know, that's the kind of... Well, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. That's the kind of, like, thought experiment that is, like, fun and, you know, can be a cool topic, but is usually just not worth using your... using my very limited brain power on. Oh, I guess I should have Bone Sharded first and then got the cookbook back. I think we'll be okay. Oh, don't want to sacrifice. Yeah, I like the deck a lot too. That was definitely like the hero version of the 4-color Omnath deck. But it's also like definitely the case, like if just Omnath were banned, like maybe you would play Eternal Witness Time Warp, but also splashing red and being able to play Renin 6 in your like Yorion control deck is probably also correct, you know, as even if it makes you a villain. Thoughts like Greasefig and Pioneer. It's a good deck. We were talking about that a little bit earlier, actually. It's a good deck. So hopefully they can't answer my construct, although I could also draw something that would make me not construct this turn. Minamo is really interesting. I can double Emry, but I think this turn I'm still just gonna construct, get a Shadowspear, and then get another cookbook. I think banning Yorion might make the deck overall not insane. Yeah, I mean, I will say this, like, predicting, like, what would happen if you have banned one card in Modern is really difficult. To do. I kind of have, like, this crazy Doomer conspiracy theory about banning Yorion, that banning Yorion makes Omnath the best deck. Where, like, right now, like, it is completely unreasonable to play a 60-card version of the Omnath deck because you cannot beat the mirror. You cannot beat the Yorion mirror. That being said, I think that if you cut out the mirror, playing a 60-card version of Omnath, I think increases your overall win percentage, where all of a sudden you can more effectively find your powerful hate cards and interactive spells against your bad matchups like Tron and Food and Burn. Like, you're able to like find your efficient hate cards, and I don't think you lose enough percentage points against decks like Murktide and Rakdos and Jund and Hammer Time that you're unfavored. I think you're still favored against your existing good matchups, and your existing bad matchups get better too if you ban Yorion. Again, this is kind of, so I'm just a little bit worried that banning Yorion would make Omnath the best deck, like de facto best deck. But oh, sorry, I should have booked the human token. But it would also certainly make the matchup spread more even too. 60 card 4-color brings like skip shift Omnath. You like that, or like the more controlling versions with like counterspell. So like banning Bridge from Gag. Yeah, I don't know if that's exactly the same thing, but maybe. Okay, so I can't. Alright, I can't Bauble, right, because of the Chalice. I do have this Otawara, which costs 3 mana to channel. Although this turn, I think I just am supposed to equip food attack. I think Omnath should go to maybe. Well, I kind of feel like, to me, like, if I was gonna ban something, and I don't know, to be honest, like, if I was gonna ban something from Omnath, I don't know that it would be for power level reasons as so much as like gameplay reasons, but it's close. But in my opinion, like, Omnath is not only banning Omnath would make the card Yorion a lot worse, because like Yorion is like always the most egregious when you get to go Omnath fetch land, put Yorion in the hand, play Yorion. It's like the card Omnath makes Yorion so much better. And then Omnath is also the card that stabilizes them in spots that they like otherwise like would have a really hard time stabilizing. And it's always, you know, a lot of times you can get them down to a low life total, and then they just Omnath and they have 20 life, and it's you know, it's just impossible to catch up. And if I was gonna ban something, it would be Omnath probably, and I think, you know, that would maybe be more likely to with Wizards like reprinting Ren and 6, but that's maybe not something you should take into factor. I think Rin is the problem. Yeah, Rin is also like the most powerful card, so I think if you wanted to ban something, banning that would be like very reasonable too. But I would pick, if I had to ban something, I would pick Omnath, but I'm not currently advocating for an Omnath ban either. But I think you could argue like a good argument for banning Abundant Growth, Omnath, Red and 6, Teferi, Expressive Iteration, Yorion. Just like one of the cards to nerf the deck. I think you can make a great argument for any of those cards. Ooh. All of them. Ban them all. I don't know. Yeah, again, I think all of those camps are like, you know, totally fine to be in. I'm just kind of in the Omnath camp if you want to nerf something. But you know, I'm also like, I'm 15-0 with against Omnath with this deck, and there are a lot of like, you know, strategies that do beat Omnath that people seem like unwilling to like really adapt and play to, which is, I don't know, just kind of like, I feel like an interesting phenomenon. I kind of wish they would axe companions in general. Yeah, I don't know. I think we don't need to have this conversation every single day of my life. We have it all the time. But I will say, like, the only companions I think that make any sense to ban are Lurus, which is banned, Yorion, Kihira, Gigantha. Like, I can't imagine banning any of the other ones in Modern. Just doesn't make any sense. The strats to beat up on 4 color. Yeah, we've got some time before the Pioneer plane. Let me change the title. We can talk about them. That could be interesting. Yeah, go with Lumimancer too. It's a good point. At the very least, like, I need to get this out of my system, right? I need to get Ground Rift, my own Virtuoso, out of my system. I need to do this. I'm gonna lose my mind if I don't. I'm not gonna sleep until I Ground Rift my own Virtuoso. Spice, 15 months, appreciate ya. Okay, so against a Ragavan here, I need to make sure my Shredder is going to be 4 toughness so it doesn't get bolted. So I just have to discard the Manufactor. Crack Bauble now so that if I find a Daredevil, I can discard it. Or maybe have better, like, connive information too. If I'm conniving through your deck, would Phoenix work? So we've already done blue-red Prowess Phoenix with Shredder. I think that deck is good. I like it a lot. I would recommend it to you. But I think that's a slightly different deck than this one. Okay, take our 2 for 1. Oh boy. So, do I tap this cookbook? I think I'll tap it in their upkeep. They have to have exactly lightning bolts. Let's go. What about Shredder, Ledger, Monastery, Mentor, Unearth, Esper Show? That was the very first deck I ever played Ledger Shredder in. And that was like, so like the history I think here is I played the Ledger Shredder Unearthed Mentor deck. I was blown away with how good Shredder was, and then I spent a month playing millions of other Shredder decks. I want to return to this list. I'm really trying to figure out if my interaction suite is correct. I'm not sure that it is. I'm not sure how I would change it exactly, but that's just something I've been trying to figure out. I play the deck Slam Virtuoso turn 2, opponent would Ren kill it, and I can see you drop the league. Well, I would have Mutagenic Growth to protect my Virtuoso, and then they would have Solitude, I drop the league. Not enough Riddlesmith. Yeah, have you been playing more of the Riddlesmith deck finds? I have been like... Riddlesmith is like, it's in my list of decks that I like every day. I every day like just like go through it, make some changes, and then make like the draft I have worse, and then just like move on for the day. But every day I open the Riddlevine deck, I change the deck and I make the draft worse, and I move on. I'll crack the code one day. Could Esper mentor a deck afford to play Murderous Cut? I like the idea of Murderous Cut. In fact, I think it should be playing Murderous Cut. So I have Otawara for Murktide. Good suggestion. Here, I'll put a murder in there. That'll be my reminder to find Murderous Cut. I think I should get Shadowspear. Usually these are the spots where like Shadowspear really shines. It's like exactly this spot. Game 1 against Murktide. Do not Brazen Borrower me. Don't do it. Thank you. Do you not? No, Clever Lumimancer's in there, Seeker. It's in there. There's four of them. The creatures were Swift Spear, Lumimancer, Niv Magus Elemental, and then the Double Strike Kaniv card. Alright, so this has been my cyber plan. The Bone Shards and the Needle for 3 Time Sieves. And a Manufactor. Can also cut the Drum. I'm going to submit this. Needle is for explosives, Hearse, or Relic. I feel really good that I'm bouncing back from this morning. This morning I had I can't remember the last time I had such a torrent, a storm of a rough start. Slept bad, woke up bad, stream crashed, 30 minutes of troubleshooting. But thank you for everybody for sticking around. And then also I was just so fried at that point. I just was really off for the first hour of the stream. But I'm feeling good now. Let's go. Why the Needle? Why the Needle? No audio apparently. But why Needle, Spike? I know you just explained why Needle. It's for unlicensed engineered explosives, Relic, and Progenitus. Please tag your comments with no audio if you're not gonna listen. And then I guess I have to start typing in answers to the chat. Tab, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Appreciate you. Alright, we have a hearse here. Shredder. Getting shredded. I think I'm cycling an Unearth this turn. No audio, no video, by the way. No audio, no video, not looking at chat. Would Winota be a decent choice? What would Winota need to be a decent choice in Modern? Or is the archetype kind of dooms never be great? I've brewed a little with it this year. I 3-2'd a bunch of leagues and kind of left the experiment somewhat unsure of how good or bad I felt like the deck was. As far as what it needs, I think that one big thing for Winota to be good is like mana dorks need to be better positioned. Because like right now, with the presence of Ragavan, Fury, Renin 6, mana dorks are kind of bad. And like I do think that you need to play mana dorks for like the Winota shell to function. So I feel like that would be the biggest thing. Maybe more redundancy for the Winota combo would be good. Although you do have Eldritch Evolution off of like Strangleroot Geist. Okay, so they did Blood Moon me. I did fetch my basics to play around it, but lost her Saga. And it is true though that Gigantha becomes much better against Blood Moon. I think I'm cycling the other Unearth here. Ragavan makes mana dorks bad. Yeah, your opponent plays a Ragavan on turn 1, and you look at your Birds of Paradise and you're like, damn it, this has 0 power. Why did I register this? Yeah, I the poor no audio guy. The poor no audio guy. Maybe next time they'll listen with audio, huh? Okay, Shredder. Obviously awkward that they have their own Shredder. Yeah, I'm gonna cast this Gigantha. Maybe I should correct this Spellbomb before looting, though. I guess I'm gonna name hers. BMF, thank you for the 11 months. Appreciate ya. What do you think of 4 mana top in this deck, like Urza or Tezzeret? You could kind of Saga for 1 and do be better than Saga hate. No audio, by the way. It's pretty good. How are you even casting Gigantha if not for Blood Moon? You usually don't cast it, you usually just discard it. But this is like an actual huge strength to Gigantha, is against Blood Moon decks, all of a sudden you have, maybe I should have kept this to balance actually. But you have, real out to Blood Moon, but you have treasures and a Springleaf Drum to cast this. But you're usually not casting it. I'll cast it, even though we're super dead. I'll probably cut a Saga for game 3. And then I think I just want the extra Manufactor, since this is going to be card castable through Blood Moon. But it may trim some Blood Moons post board, because I showed a willingness to like fetch Island Swamp, but we'll see. They are re-sideboarding, so maybe they're trimming Blood Moons on the draw too. See how much time left in the 21 matches in progress. Why not Teferi's? Yeah, Teferi's a card I waffle back and forth on a lot. Like, one, it's like bad into Blood Moon, hard to resolve, hard to protect, but is like not a bad card in the matchup. But I mostly want Teferi for like blue-white control and Cascade decks, has been my impression. You don't catch Spear in the matchup? No, I actually think Spear is like mostly for this matchup. It's kind of weird to say, but it gets way worse post board. It's definitely true. But like game 1, like your best way to beat a Murktide is like usually Shadowspear on a construct. And I guess the construct plan is worse post board. So maybe I do need to like reframe my mindset a little bit about it. It's also like, the floor on Shadowspear is not that low, where it's still an artifact-based deck, Connive at a Wage, or Sugar Connive, a 4-mana spell. How's this deck against Cascade decks? Good against Rhinos, bad against Living End. I think it's actually pretty good against Living End, where you can discard your own creatures, you can mill them over with Emry, and you also have main deck Graveyard Hate, and you have main deck Graveyard Hate, and you have I don't know, I'm blanking on my thoughts. Just always blanking on my thoughts. And you have Emry to mill over your yards. You have an infinite combo against them. I think Rhinos is like fine game 1, and then in cyber games, I feel like it usually gets a bit trickier. Yeah, I think I want to wait on the Shredder until I can trigger Connive. Although I guess maybe with the Unearth that's not as important. But I do kind of want to go Shredder plus Spellbomb, and I'm not really gonna prioritize making a token super hard into like the Urza Saga deck. Yeah. This is I agree with that sentiment exactly. That this is one of the very few matchups that I think the living in matchup is actually really fun. I think it's not super common for a living in matchup to be like buckets of fun, but I think it is here. Yeah, but I think Rhinos is like kind of good game one, but like Rhinos typically plays like way more Force of Vigors than Living End does, and I find like a lot of times they're able to like slow you down with their Force of Vigors and other interaction, and then kill you with the Rhinos. Oh, the Ledger Shredder is pretty good against Rhinos, I guess. I'm gonna shred this turn, I think. Kind of awkward if they have Bolt, but that's okay. Hoping they don't have Blood Moon. What about the big mana match ups, Mono Black and Tron? Tron is your worst matchup by a lot. Tron is your worst matchup. I used to play like the original version of this list played 4 Fulminator in the sideboard because you're an Unearthed deck, and that was like your Tron plan. You still can beat Tron, but like I think it's your worst matchup, and I think mostly just trying to dodge it is fine. Yeah. Karn the Great Creator specifically is the hardest deck to beat. Oh, you know how you know how DreamHack Dallas I got turn 3 Karned on the play round 1. Actually, I did an Image 2 draft last night, and the player who Karned me was there. But he was really nice. We had a good match. I got my revenge too. Maybe I'm supposed to discard Shredder to unearth it. At the LG, it was actually it was a house game. I probably need to get Aether Spellbomb here. Although Cookbook is also like... Maybe Cookbook is just too important to not get. Yeah, let's go to make a Saga token. Grab a Cookbook. Play another Saga. Or maybe hedging against Blood Moon by playing Delta is better. I could just like crack the Spellbomb this turn and cycle it. I think that makes sense. What's great about this spot is that the Shredder is like kind of invincible with the Spellbomb out there. Or at least they have to like double bolt it or something. Yeah, but I'll probably draft Double Masters once or twice. I did a paper draft last night, and it was just I forgot how much I just love paper drafting and drafting in general. I guess I should have main phase Cookbook too to play around Bolt. I drafted Jeskai Affinity / Modular. My deck was like pretty medium. It was kind of unfortunate. I drafted I had like 3 good artifact payoffs in like my first 3 picks. I had the card that's like oh well, I guess they can kill the Shredder, huh? I don't know. I have an Unearthed though and a second Shredder, so this should be fine. But I had the flyer that has power equal to the number of artifacts you control. And then I had the affinity card that lets you sacrifice an artifact to deal damage to something. That was my pick 2. And then my pick 3 was the red-white Dahlia's Lieutenant, puts a counter on all your creatures. And so like those were like my first 3 picks, and I was like pretty excited to like have a good affinity deck. And then I got a pretty good early curve of modular creatures, and then just like nothing else came. Like I had like 0 other like affinity payoffs like the rest of the pack, so it was really tough. I think I'm gonna keep the Spellbomb in play. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have cracked the Bauble yet, because I'm probably attacking with my construct. So I think we missed a point of damage here. Or maybe I was the one that missed it, huh? Maybe I was the one that missed the damage all along. My round 1 Pioneer opponent did not show up, and we won. Pretty easy. The Exile Steam Vents, they do currently have Delirium, so I think I need to save this to respond to an Unholy Heat. Do you take 5 damage here and risk dying to double bolt? Yeah, I think so. Have you considered putting copies of Hollow One? I think Hollow One, like the fact that you have to like discard 3 cards a turn for it, it probably makes it not good. And also like you don't have a, you're not really like a beatdown deck. Maybe you're right. I mean, I do have an Unearth in the hand. Okay. Okay. Let's not die to double bolt, I guess. Fine. You're right. I've looked closer into it, and I think that you're right. You're not done yet, Shredder. I'm putting you back in the game. That is rude, though. I know that this grows the Murktide. I think that this is fine. Crack Spellbomb, so Murktide doesn't grow by 1 just like a Murktide. Well, it grows by 1 anyways. It'll grow by 1 anyways. Since you're spellbombing them. I could get the Aether Spellbomb for the Murktide next turn potentially. Oh, Dress Down doesn't grow it. Dude, listen to my head. Does that look? I feel like that's more hollow than I thought it should sound. Maybe I'm being controlled by puppets or aliens. Puppet aliens. Don't double bolt me as the last 2 cards. I guess I have the food token, actually. And we knew they had Shredder, so yeah. Kind of unlikely. Do I sack a food or... I gotta make the token. The token's gonna be so big with the Manufactor. I'm just gonna be super greedy and get a second cookbook. I think with the Manufactor in play, this is fine. So I go Shredder, Unearth, Connive. Oh, they get to Connive too. Shadowspear just wins. Maybe Shadowspear just wins. So does the Time Sieve, though. I mean, Shadowspear isn't lethal, is it? Am I just... It's not lethal. They block. It's only lethal with the second cookbook, I thought. Listen, we were always going to draw the Time Sieve, the one of Time Sieve. Yeah, I guess maybe not like literally winning. I'm just kind of worried like another Dress Down. I only have 1 card in the hand though. Maybe you're right. We are 4-0 in this league. We've definitely bounced back a lot from our rough start this morning. They're pretty good hands. Definitely would rather be on the play, but we'll take it. I'm sorry if I missed any like subscriptions or anything with no alert box. And then I will be I'll be doing some troubleshooting on the slobs. I do usually prefer slobs because of the alert feed and a few other reasons, but if I can't get it to work, I'll just get used to OBS again. Yeah, this is canned coffee. It was on sale at Costco. There was like boxes of the canned coffee for like a box of this was like $5 for like 12 cans or something. It's kind of ridiculous. They're probably poisonous or something if they're this cheap, but Esther ended up buying like a whole warehouse full, and so I was losing a little bit of weight, and now I've been drinking a bunch of canned coffee, and I'm gaining a little bit of weight. It's always Esther. She's always fattening me up. Yeah, I was from Costco. So yeah. Slobs wasn't working for me. It was really weird. Every time I tried to, I was live for like 5 minutes this morning, and then I got an error saying that the video driver crashed, and I couldn't start the stream. And I kept trying to update the driver, and it wasn't helping anything. And I restarted Slobs. I uninstalled, reinstalled, restarted the PC, shut down PC, restarted. Nothing seemed to help at all. Okay, so against Titan, I think I need to establish Asmo this turn. Oh, no, I don't actually need to, because I should be able to Emry Cookbook this turn, and then next turn I can get the Asmo and kill things, because I can't kill anything with Asmo this turn anyways. Okay, there's a Manufactor, which is really nice. It's my favorite canned coffee. There's like a oat milk vanilla one that's really good. This one's not very good. It's okay. It's like mocha. I usually really like mocha. I resub, but my share thing went away. Yeah, I have the alert box off, but you should still be able to share. But thank you for your resubscription, Esther, and curse you for buying all this canned coffee. Most streamers will thank their chatters for resubscribing. I tend to like to curse them. Curse you for your resubscription. I curse upon you and your children and your children's children for 1,000 years. See you next month. Well, opponent's hand seems to be a lot of nothing. Kind of weird that they played out the T West. Maybe they have another bounce land in hand still. Yeah, subscribe for longer than 5 months. You need to go touch some grass. You get banned. Okay, so let's go. I think cast the Manufactor. Source Hero 30 months. A pox. Yeah, no alerts either. No alerts. A curse upon you and your family for 1,000 years. I'll see you next month. Did I say the coffee wasn't good? No, I just feel like I was losing some weight. Now I'm drinking a lot of coffee. Not a lot of the canned coffee. But although Esther's been super sweet, she's been making like pour over coffee for me, and she just makes it so perfect. And I don't know. I just love that lady. And also curse her and her children's children. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I accidentally cursed my own children, I think. So they've already played one land this turn. They have 2 more land drops. Oh yeah, Esther's also, I don't mean to spend the whole stream bragging about Esther, but she's been spending a lot of time watching MasterChef like the last few months, and she's just been like going insane in the kitchen, just like she's been cooking a lot of really, really good food. Just like every night she's like auditioning for MasterChef in her head. Yeah, the skin coffee is not the best, but it is really cheap. And it was on sale. Okay, so they've got 2 land drops. So I'm just trying to figure out, can they transmute Telerio West this turn, right? Because otherwise I have to kill the Azusa. They can bounce the Crumbling Vestige once, and that's a blue mana. But they can't make a second blue mana, so I don't think I need to kill the Urza. Yeah, I think they messed up. They named human for both Cavern of Souls. So Daredevil would be nice to find. A Time Sieve is a win. If you're planning on getting fat, 15 pounds of pumpkin pie for $7 at Costco is one of the easier ways to do it. I think as soon as Esther has our first child, I'll just start piling on the pumpkin pie. They can still transmute to pick up 2 blue sources. The blue source is both ender tapped, though. They don't have Amulet in play. Could make a Saga token. Be pretty big. I feel like that's not really what the game is about this game, though. I feel like it's about comboing or dying trying. Probably keep that one. Okay, I think seeing exactly Ovalchase Daredevil on top means I'm going to play my cookbook, number 2, then pass, and then I'll let them transmute their Teleria West. Although they still don't have double blue mana, and they have to pay for some respect. Upkeep makes some stuff, yeah. We'll make some stuff. Do some cooking by the book. Yeah, it's hard to imagine that we don't win next turn if we get to next turn. So my opponent's hand is currently Teleria West, Simic Growth Chamber. They also don't have enough blue mana to transmute again. Yeah, I know, dude. The fact that you have to always yes every single time is just so obnoxious. BM Grail converted Prime Gaming to Tier 1. Thank you, thank you. I had to remove the chat box earlier, but I'll figure it out later. Growth Chamber bounce with Siege against them 2 blue. Yeah, but I can also kill the Urza. I was just like waiting for them to commit the Growth Chamber first. I did see the Force of Negation reprint. I think it looks really good. And I won the internet argument this morning too, where just everybody's been just dooming so much about Double Masters, and I'm like, I sure would like to see the whole set before I make an opinion on the set. and like just it seems like it's just so common. Like the prevailing opinion is that Double Masters 2 is bad already, but it's looking a little bit better. Looking a little bit better. I love this deck so much. You think it has a place in the meta? I do, yeah. I think this is one of the few decks that's like one of the few decks that's really good against 4-color Omnath. I'm currently 15-0 with this deck against 4-color Omnath. I think it's like it has a slight edge against Murktide, although Hearse is like a new kind of obnoxious card to deal with. I think it's a really interesting matchup against Living End, very close. I think it's with the white splash, it's favored against Hammer Time too. And with those being like the top 4 decks, so maybe Hammer Time always like waxes and wanes in and out. But with those being like the perceived top 4 decks, I do really like where this deck is positioned at the moment. So plan A in this matchup is to assemble Asmo Cookbook, like you saw that game, and control their board. And then you also like want to have like some fast Time Sieve draws too. I oftentimes will board in a couple of Prismatic Endings for Amulet and Dry just to slow them down a little bit. So I think I'll go -1 Earth, -1 Shredder. Do you bring in 4 endings for hearses? So the endings are mostly in the deck to answer Pithing Needle, because very quietly the best way to beat this food deck is the Pithing Needle on Underworld Cookbook. But Needle also answers like everything you could like really be worried about. Pithing Needle, Rest in Peace, Stony Silence, Collector Oof, Sanctifier in back. It answers all of those cards. And obviously like ending can answer Hearse, but I don't usually bring it in. I usually bring in Needle for Hearse instead. Is 4 the right amount of Sagas here? Yeah, Saga's really important. You don't activate Saga to make a token that often, but just like finding your cookbook is like definitely makes you want 4 of. Although I do recommend siding out some if you feel like people have a lot of Saga hate. Is there a link to the Delver list? There should be Channel Fireball video on Delver, or maybe not Channel Fireball video Delver. I can't remember if I did one. But there's definitely my YouTube videos on Delver, Channel Fireball article on Delver for sure, and then the Stream Decker when it comes back up. Okay, so almost a keepable hand against Titan. I think if this, if like one of these lands was a cookbook, I'd probably keep, but a mulligan. What do you think has been increased in Prismatron? Well, Prismatron has like always been like a somewhat reasonable, obscure brew that has never picked up as a popular deck in the format for one reason or another, but like I think has been like semi-reasonable brew for a long time. Okay, I think I put back the Time Sieve. It's close though, but like I think that deck, again, I think the deck's been like again somewhat reasonable for a long time, and it's just like has more focus on it because it has a few more results. I'll hold the Bauble for now, I think. Well, I guess I'm gonna cycle it because I'm gonna discard to cast the Asmo next turn, basically no matter what. And cycling it now maybe lets me draw an Ovalchase Daredevil, and I can make an extra food on their turn. Shock Troopa, top 16 with mono blue. That's cool. They have Besage. I don't really care about Besage. If they Besage my cookbook like right now, like I don't really mind. I just get the Emry back. Okay, so I think I will make a food token end of turn so that I can kill a creature next turn with Asmo. I can also cast Emry for 1 mana before I discard, maybe find a Daredevil. Hopefully I don't mill over Ulf. I guess I should have fetched first. Okay. I think I'm just discarding the Shredder. Okay, other hand is Besage, 3 mystery cards. Growth Chamber, sorry, also known card. So if the 2 mystery cards in hand are both Titans, are kind of boned, but we'll see. Alright, I wasn't really expecting them to just channel Besage you. Did they misclick or something? What is this? I just can cast the cookbook again. Canister, thanks for the raid. I've got alerts off at the moment, but thank you for the raid, my friend. Is there any... They missed a tap, I see. Is there a way this deck could play 2 Aether Vial? I wouldn't recommend it. I know that, like, Zan likes Aether Vial, but... The problem with, like, I think Zan, like, obviously Aether Vial is, like, good with Asmo. The problem is it's, like, just, I think, not good with the rest of the cards. It's just very slow. You could maybe play 1 as an Urza Saga target, but I don't think it would even be that good. Did they just make the token now? probably okay to wait. But having 2 Asmo activations up this turn is really big. Yeah, opponent definitely doesn't seem like a super experienced Titan player. Every Titan player goes through a awkward stage. They figure out the deck. Jammed with 3 months, appreciate you. Ever considered shooting back Bauble over second cookbook last turn? I really want to be able to activate Asmo twice. I think that's really important. I can just double Bauble with the Emry going forward. Guess I should probably make a token. I guess I'll let them choose their lands first, because they maybe go like the Seiju bounce land or something. But here, if they get Simic Growth Chamber, Teleria West, that's 7 mana total, which is not enough to transmute for another Titan. Is enough to transmute for a Dryad or a Zusa, though. Can't they triple Titan? I don't think so. I don't think Titan plus double Amulet is just triple Titan. Yeah, that's that. They need 3 amulets for that to be the case. Or obviously, if they can if they have like a Zusa in their hand, yes. Or if they have enough like Grazers and stuff, they can. But they need more than what we know about, which is, I guess, admittedly, like basically nothing about their hand though. Don't they run the haste line? Well, if they get the haste line, I can just kill the Titan. I have 2 Asmo activations, so the haste line doesn't really do much for them here. They do have a... Okay, they just naturally have the Summoner's Pact, which is really bad. They didn't have to transmute for this. Yeah, the Titans are basically 0 mana. So now they can transmute for a Dryad, but then they can't also attack with the Titans. I'm just making them play it out. They're also like kind of stumbling a little bit. They definitely don't seem like an expert. Double bounce line is 9. Yeah, double bounce line is 9. Yeah, that's right. They can transmute for a third Titan. But what does third Titan do for them though? Because they can only haste 2 Titans. I could just kill the 2 Titans that they do haste. They got basic forest. It's kind of surprising. Maybe I should kill the Grazer right now. What do you think? Let's kill the Grazer. So I imagine this is T-West Transmute, yeah. They get a Gruul Turf. Gruul Turf. I think that they misclicked on the Gruul Turf and conceded. Well, I gotta say, that wasn't the most elegant trophy match, but we did get a trophy there. Fudek's still just like feeling great. 15-0 against Omnath. It's a nice regrowth art. Okay, so 5-0 in the leagues. 2 matches in progress in the play-in. We're 2-0 in the play-in also. Wait, Chandra's 17 tickets? Let's go.